Give everyone medical care, clean water, a job, and while we're at it, that better probably include fair working conditions and appropriate retirement, childcare, access to technology, literally everything a functioning society needs. Just provide all of that. Easy.
But you have no idea how complicated this situation is.
We finally have a common struggle now.
No, you don't. Your job is punching aliens in the face. Just do better. Now, before I ruin this idea for everyone, which is, of course, where this is going because this is film theory, I want to acknowledge that for as hard of a time as I'm giving Sam here, and more importantly, not Sam himself, but the writers of this scene, his message does resonate with a lot of us at the end of the incredibly hard year that was 2020. In 2020, every single person watching this and writing, editing, or publishing this felt like our health, our communities, our families, jobs, financial security, and personal liberties were all put into jeopardy. No matter how many weird plot choices or confusing narrative elements Falcon and the Winter Soldier had, Sam's sentiment here is #relatable. Every person out there has wanted to say something like this to a local, national, or international leadership person. But that said, what exactly is he saying? It's one thing to speak pretty words, but it's another thing to actually solve the problem. He's literally asking this council to solve all humanitarian problems throughout the entire world with a stroke of a pen. Well, let's see if we can put into words what doing better would actually look like. This one's gonna be great, friends. One YouTube video to try and solve the world's limited supply of resources. I am sure that this is going to be achievable in every way. First, let's talk about the Global Repatriation Council. We're told by Carly that the GRC's primary interest is the people who got blipped out of existence for 5 years and not the people who actually lived through those 5 years. To start, this is a strange philosophy that goes completely counter to the legal system of almost every first world country. Everyone who was blipped away was essentially presumed dead by everyone left behind, and as such, the governments would start dealing with their estates as if they had died. While different countries and states have a range of laws, they all tend to follow the same general philosophy. You can't unspill a glass of milk. Think about it like this. After someone dies, there are plenty of assets that just go on to the next of kin. Things like cars and houses are obvious, but literally all your stuff goes to someone else. And while I love my parents, if something awful should happen to them, I'm not going to be hanging on to every pair of my dad's underwear for the rest of my life. Also, my parents have a lot of the same stuff I have. Maybe their lawnmower is better than mine, but that just means that when I inherit their lawnmower, mine's going into a garage sale. Usually within a month of somebody dying or being declared dead, their former possessions get strewn across dozens of owners and their money starts being spent. As such, most laws are written such that it's not easy for someone who's disappeared to come back and reclaim their life. One state that does handle things better is Pennsylvania, where declaring somebody dead without clear evidence that they are actually dead requires the claimant to post a bond for the value of the dead person's assets. This way, if the person does show up, the state can either return the assets or at least give them a fair bit of money to help compensate them. But when half the population gets blipped out in front of everyone's eyes, it might be considered clear evidence of death. If not, I feel awful for the bonds industry of MCU Pennsylvania, which just went entirely bankrupt to pay for